Hey everybody, and welcome back to Mindbody Medicine for Chronic Pain. Today we are doing a little bonus episode because I couldn't help myself. There is so much to talk about. And even though, yes, we are on a little break between season 2 and season 3, little plug for season 3 that starts next week. So stay tuned for that. That will officially start next week. But I figure there's stuff to talk about. So why leave you high and dry without an episode for the week when we could have a little conversation about something very important that I know many of you will relate to. So, we are here today to just do a brief little talk about my latest journey through doubt. Doubt in the mind-body process is so common. The belief that, like, this isn't going to work, the belief that it doesn't work, the belief that um, emotional and psychological modalities will not help your physical body and your physical pain and your physical symptoms and conditions. No way will emotional and psychological work really help you. Such a common misconception that I know a lot of you dip into. A lot of you listening might even like hold that as kind of a conviction. And even I really understand this and believe it and have seen massive, enormous healing and benefit from doing this work myself in my own body. And I've seen it in other people. Um, I still dip into doubt sometimes. So I want to totally normalize that and tell you a story about my latest experience with this. And I want to start at the end, which is that I am now on the other side of this. And I am back. I am back in a place where I'm like, yes. Obviously, mind body medicine heals chronic pain. Duh. Okay, so let me get into this story. Of course, people who listen to this podcast regularly, you know that my biggest, baddest TMS mind body symptom imperatives over the course of my life have been severe chronic IBS and chronic hip pain. Those are the two big bad ones for me. Now, my IBS, I do not have severe chronic IBS anymore. Like, that is one of the beautiful things that mind body work has given me, is that I no longer suffer from severe chronic IBS. Like, I am very much recovered from chronic IBS. Oh, and what a relief. I mean, isn't that just a miracle? Just to say that, like, in my 20s and early 30s, my IBS was so bad. And I can confidently say to you right now, I am recovered from severe chronic IBS. Do I still have, do I still have emotions land in my gut? Is that still a sensitive place for me when I'm experiencing like danger, anxiety, danger signals, threat, biology? Yes, my gut is still a sensitive place for me in that way. And so my body will talk to me through symptoms, but then I take care of myself and the symptoms go away. It is never an all day thing. It's never a long term thing. It's never a chronic thing. That ship has sailed. And I know that a lot of people find a lot of comfort in that. I mean, I think that's a huge draw for people to this podcast. I mean, people find it comforting to listen to someone teach about mind body medicine who has like recovered from a really major big bad symptom. So I know that that's something that that people really find solace in with this podcast. And so yeah, welcome. If that makes you feel happy, by all means, great. You're in the right place. Because sometimes I'm like, I can't even believe that. But yes, I have recovered from severe chronic mind body. I've recovered from severe chronic IBS using mind body work. Okay, so that's the one. The other big bad symptom is the hip pain. That one, I am teetering on the edge. Sometimes I'm like, I'm good. I no longer have chronic hip pain and I am good. And I had been doing great for like several weeks. I had been just feeling like, yeah, minimal hip pain, no hip pain. So glad my hip didn't hurt today. So glad my hip barely hurt today. I'm doing great. My chronic hip pain is doing amazing. I had been in a really great place. And then, okay, so here's the story. It was like 2.5-ish weeks ago. It's a little blurry, but like, it's hard to remember like exact timelines. But 2.5-ish weeks ago, my hip starts acting up, and then it keeps acting up, and then it's like a few days in a row of like my hip is hurting, and I'm like, that's weird, right? Like my hip is getting like better than this, right? Like this is not normal anymore, right? Like what's going on? And then you know, as the days go, it's just, like, sensitive. It's not even like it's hurting all the time, but it's like it'll be hurting in the morning, and then, like, "Oh, okay, I guess it's." I didn't even notice it all afternoon, but now it's evening again, and I am noticing it. Like, it's acting up way more than it had been, right? Like, something must be off, and I'm like, "Okay, okay, this has been going on for a few days, so, like, let me get to the journal. What is it? Let me really try not to be afraid of it. Psychologically, not be afraid of the symptom. Emotionally, like what could this be? What is going on? And then tuning into my true self. I'm like, what am I not listening to? What am I not aligned with? What am I afraid of? Like what's happening here? And I'm reflecting and journaling, and I'm not really coming to anything. And then maybe it was, like, the next day, or I don't know. Like I said, the timelines, I'm not exactly sure, I don't remember. But I had this realization, like, "Oh my god, of course." It's this one emotional theme that it had been bothering me. I mean, it's the perfect example of, like, dual consciousness, or like the divided mind, which is the name of one of Dr. John Sarno's books, The Divided Mind. I was like, oh, right, this thing which has been bothering me, I have not been acknowledging how much it's been bothering me. Like this theme in my life is actually arising right now, and I'm not gonna get into like everything about what it is, because it's like not worth it, and also we don't have that much time, and also it's like boundaries. Some I need to have boundaries about what I talk about my emotional life in public, and I encourage the same for you. Feel into your emotions and know that not everybody has to know every emotion and thought that you have. It's important for you to be in touch with your emotions. It's not important for everybody to know everything. Of course, you want to communicate what matters, and that's important for you to figure out. But you don't need to tell everybody everything. This is a journey of truth seeking, but it's not a journey of like fully deranged truth telling to the point of like, oh my God, keep your mouth closed. Like, enough. But okay. So I realized, oh my God, of course, it's this emotional theme that I didn't realize was bothering me so much is bothering me. And I just have to feel it. And when I had that realization, I was like, oh, fuck, fuck. Like, I hate this. I hate feeling these emotions. I hate it. But I was like, okay, I just need to feel this. I just need to feel this. So I work on just like sitting with the emotion and feeling into it. And it was like, it was painful. I remember it was like that it happened on a Friday, that situation. The next morning, oh, it was a Saturday, and I just like laid in bed, didn't get up, just like let myself sulk, and I was like feeling in my body. I was like, yup, I am not feeling happy right now. No way. And I just let myself physically feel what I was feeling. And after a little bit of that, I'm like, okay, okay. And I slowly let myself get up, and I'm like, fuck my life. And I'm like, all the feelings. And as that day went on, my hip felt totally fine. And I remember I walked to the grocery store and back, and there was, like, a whole event, that night that I, was part of, and I remember just being like, "Okay, great. My hip doesn't hurt. Grocery run, hip totally fine. Do this event, hip totally fine. Awesome. Like, I'm good." And then the next day was Sunday, and I woke up and my hip was hurting again. And I was like, "That's weird." 'Cause I felt through my emotions yesterday, so, like, god damn it, like, okay, what else is it? What else is it? Okay, so I'm back on the hunt thinking about what it is, and that night, a good friend of mine got tickets to Shakespeare in the Park, which is like a big kind of like, oh my God, you have to stand on a line for like 7 hours to get tickets to Shakespeare in the Park. It's free, but it's like outrageously difficult to like get the tickets. And my friend got a ticket and shared it was two tickets and they offered me the other one, so I was like, what, oh my god, that's amazing. So I go to the show was awesome, lots of celebrities in it, it was very cool. And the reason I remember this very clearly is because during the show, my hip was really hurting. And I was like, what is this? I was great yesterday. What is going on? Like, what am I missing? So I'm trying to like reflect and think. And, the next day I'm like journaling a little more. And I'm like, what is happening? And as this process keeps going, I'm like, wait a second. I thought I was getting better, right? Like, am I actually getting better? Then I start my journey into doubt because then I'm like, wait, I have all these memories of like thinking that my hip pain is gone or basically gone and that I'm not in chronic pain anymore, or at least that I'm like basically not in chronic pain anymore in my hip. But I've just had hip pain for the past several days, and now I'm starting to question myself. And I'm asking myself the question, have I had hip pain that whole time and I just have been wrong? Like I've just been in denial about the fact that it hurts? I've been fooling myself into thinking that it's fine when it's actually really not? What? Is that what's going on? Maybe I haven't experienced any relief at all. So now I'm in this place of doubt. And of course, when I'm in this place, I'm like, not only is my hip hurting, but it's like radiating down to my knee and my foot and my baby toe and up my side and into my hand. It's like my entire left side of my body is just like, yeah. It's like the TMS is making itself very known. My body is experiencing a danger signal. I am like in threat biology. And I'm like, wow, what if this hasn't helped me at all? So, the week goes on and I'm just like, this is so shitty. This isn't going away. Possibly this has never gone away. And then I'm starting to think like, thank God I'm on a hiatus from my podcast, right? Because like I have a whole podcast about mind body healing and like, hold on a second. Is this bullshit? Hoo-wee. Thank God I'm not, like, actively recording an episode today. You know what I mean? Because 'Cause I'm like, I'm starting to question this. So, okay, a few days go by, and it's weird. It'll be like I mean, those of you with TMS will probably understand. I mean, everybody's symptoms are different. Some people's wax and wane, some people's are kind of there all the time. But the symptoms would kind of go away. It's like, oh, this morning they're gone. Oh, thank God. But then by afternoon, it's like, oh, they're back. And then like by nighttime, it's like, they're gone again, right? Oh, wait, no, is that a twinge? Oh, I'm not sure. Then another thing happens, and I'm like, oh, well, now I just like straight up have pain in my hip again. So, the symptoms are waxing and waning, and I'm like, oh God. And so what I decide to do, one of my one of my little TMS tricks that I do with myself is cannabis. which is fully legal in New York. So I am not doing anything quote unquote bad or quote unquote wrong. So I have a little like weed tincture. So I put a little under my tongue. This was like it was a weekday evening that I didn't have anything to do in the morning the next day. So I was like, perfect. I'm just gonna take myself on a nice long walk, get a little high, and reflect on like what is going on. Because I have found for me that sometimes that opens up the channels in my brain and helps things sort of like flow when I feel like blocked and defended like that or confused. So I get a little high and I start a long walk, and I walked to I'm walking around Prospect Park in Brooklyn. Lovely, lovely park, and the sun is setting, and there's like people everywhere jogging. It's such a like positive environment. Everything is good and flowing, but I am like deeply internal, like, what am I repressing? What am I afraid of? And I mean, truly, like, immediately what comes to me is like, "Oh my god," this same emotional theme that had been bothering me. Eh, I thought that I had, quote, unquote, "dealt with it" by, like, sort of feeling into it one morning, and then that's it, and I'm done. Immediately, it came to me like, "Oh, I I have a wellspring of further shit emotions and shit thoughts about this stuff, um, that are just like right under the surface." And I mean, I don't know anyone who like knows the experience of like being high. I mean, it affects different people in different ways, but for me it's like it's like doors and windows in the brain are like open that are usually not open, and connections are being made that are usually not being made, and I'm like thinking existentially, and I'm like, oh duh, there's a lot more there, and I hate that, but like that's such an obvious answer. Why didn't I realize that? Like, Jesus Christ, my defenses are that strong, or like I'm that sort of clueless. Like, wow, obviously there's a lot more to feel there. So that was like a very clear, obvious, like right away. I was like, well, there we go. There's a solution to that. But like, okay, good to know. Good to know. So I have my work cut out for me. There's more to feel there, and I just have to allow that. I have to like get these defenses out, get this like denial that these emotions are there out, and make way for them. Just make way for myself to touch into them, feel them, and let them move on. So I have that realization very early on in this experience of getting high, and I'm like, well, okay, so now I know that. But then I'm walking through the park, and I'm like, but what else? Is there anything else in there? And I'm definitely the type to get paranoid when I am using marijuana, which is why I very rarely will smoke in groups, because it's like I really can't take that. But I start having these, then I get into like the paranoia. So I'm like, wait, oh my god, here's the other thing. The other thing that I'm afraid of is that I'm a total and complete fraud. I have a whole podcast about healing from chronic pain using emotional and psychological modalities. I have a whole private practice that is now set up around doing this kind of emotional and psychological work with clients, like real people, like you listening. Um and this is all fake. Like, not only is it fake for me, it's fake for the audience I'm speaking to, and it's fake for the clients I'm working with, and I am a terrible, terrible fraud. No wonder I'm so afraid all the time, because my entire professional life is based on lies. So I'm, walking around this cute park at sunset. People are like, with their kids and their families and like having a great time and like living life. And I'm like, my life is a complete joke. What am I gonna do? So I'm walking around having that existential crisis. And And you know, thankfully, after like, I mean, this was a while. This was maybe about 20 minutes of like, fuck, fuck, fuck. And then, then I, that wave crashes and I snap out of it and I'm like, wait, wow, that was crazy. That was crazy. Like that was a wave of such extreme doubt, such extreme doubt. And it felt so real. In the moment, it felt so real. Wow. I get back home, get to bed, and I'm like, okay, that was insane. Okay. Go to bed, wake up the next morning, and I'm like, yup, okay. First of all, I know that I'm getting better. I know that there have been so many days where my hip has been totally fine because I have actual evidence, and I would encourage people to do this. I think the idea of an evidence list, which is, creating a list of evidence for like why you know that your symptom is TMS and why you know that it's a mind-body based symptom, it's an emotional and psychological symptom, and why you know you can and will heal from it. I really do encourage people listening to do that. What I have is I actually have a little gratitude journal on my phone in my notes app that I will just most days I've been doing this since 2020, since the pandemic. Most days I will write down 3 things that I am, grateful for. I don't hit it every day, but I do it most days. And for the past, like, few months, many days, one of the things on the list has been like, "So grateful that I didn't have hip pain today. So grateful that my hip is doing so much better. So grateful that I barely felt any hip pain all day. So grateful that even though I, like, did this leg workout, did this whole bike ride, did whatever, I barely had any pain in my hip all day. What a success." So I'm like, I'm not making all of that up. That is a good enough evidence list for me. I'm like, clearly, this shit is real for me. And it's obviously real for a lot of other people because I know their stories and I know their success. So that doubt spiral was fully deranged. I came around to realizing like, obviously, obviously this works. I need to feel my emotions. That's what I need to do because what I discovered last night, this is the morning after the weed experience. I'm like, what I discovered last night is that there are more emotions in there to feel. So I'm saying to myself like this is what I have to feel right now. And I'm sort of trying to like feel into the emotion and look for it and search for it. I'm like, what am I really feeling? And I'm not really feeling anything. But you know what I am feeling is, of course, pain in my hip. So I'm like, what's the emotion? What's the emotion? And I'm trying to sort of like internally transform the hip pain into an emotion. And I'm like, it's not coming. Like, what do I feel? Frustrated, angry, sad, hurt. Like, what do I feel? And then I'm like, you know what? This is what you feel. You feel pain in your hip. This is what you have to feel right now. This is what you have to feel right now. And so that's what I did. I leaned into that, just feeling the pain, knowing that, like, this is it. This I can trust. I can trust that my mind body system is doing this for a reason. I can trust my body. This is it. This is what I have to feel. Both like this is what I have to feel, like this is what I must feel to move forward because I have to like learn how to feel safe with this. I have to learn how to feel safe with this physical feeling and I have to learn how to feel safe with the this is how the emotions are manifesting in my body right now. This is me feeling emotions in my body. This is me feeling the threat of emotions rising in my body. This is what I'm feeling right now. So I have to trust that this is it. This is it. This is what I have to feel right now. Both this is what I must feel right now, and that also means like this is what I have. This is what I have. My body is not like producing like anger in my stomach or rage in my, wherever it may be. Like, when you feel a feeling, you kind of feel it, or tears, or like my body's not producing that right now. My body's producing this. So let me just trust this, because this is what I have. This is what I have to feel right now. And I used that as my mantra for the next several days. And I'm still doing that. I'm still sticking with this is what I have to feel right now. This is what I have to feel right now. And every time that I feel the pain, like, twinge and crest and come up, I'm like, this is it. This is what I have to feel right now. And I'm not feeling good. No, I'm not. Today is not a great day, because this is what I have to feel right now. And it doesn't feel good, but I have to learn how to feel safe with it. This is what I have to feel. Lo and behold, after many days of that, let me tell you, guess how I feel now. I've had a great, 2 days ago, a great day, barely any hip pain at all. Yesterday it was back. So I was like, okay, this is what I have to feel. All right. And it was back off and on, kind of like, here and there, not all day, but it was back at some points. It was back, like kind of bad. Today, I've had a few moments where it's been there. The tension has been there, but not like deep pain, but some tension has been there. I'm still like on the upswing. It's still like, I'm still coming off of this latest symptom imperative spike, but I'm feeling good. And I will say right now, I am here. My hip feels literally completely fine. And thank God. Thank God it didn't like start acting up while I was recording the podcast, because how much would that have sucked? That I'd have to be like, well, actually, I am having a moment right now, but like tough shit, I just have to roll with it. The good thing is I'm not. I'm feeling totally comfortable in my hip right now. Boom. This goes out to the previous version of myself a couple weeks ago. And I want to say this goes out to you too. This goes out to you, to all of you listening who are stuck now in doubt. You're feeling like you'll never get better? People who know that feeling, you have been stuck in doubt, people that will be there again. This message goes out to me and you and you and you and you and you and you, everybody listening. This message is for all of us in this community. Mindbody medicine for chronic pain works. You will heal. Period. Whew. So there we go. My latest journey through doubt and to the other side. All right. I hope that is helpful for you to hear that story. And I will plan to see you next week.